Ah, good evening. Good evening to you, gentle viewer, and thank you. Thank you for entrusting your worthy company into our care on this particularly bleak winter's night. For this evening's tale, we take you back to the time of the quintessential Christmas, Victorian London, in the year of our Lord 1850. In this ghostly tale, we have endeavoured to raise merely the ghost of an idea which we hope will not put our viewers out of good humour either with themselves, with each other, or indeed with us, the tellers. Rather, may it haunt your houses pleasantly. Anyhow, enough of this. It is time. We must begin. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. It was cold, bleak, biting weather, fog so dense that one feared to go outside lest they go back in time. Scrooge could hear the people in the court outside go wheezing up and down, beating their hands upon their breasts and stamping their feet upon the pavement stones to warm them. The chimes of Big Ben had only just gone 3, but it was quite dark already. In fact, it had not been light all day, and candles were flaring in the windows of the neighbouring offices like ruddy smears upon the palpable brown air. The fog came pouring in at every chink and keyhole, and was so dense without that although the court was narrow, the houses opposite were mere phantoms. The door of Scrooge's counting house was open that he might keep his eye upon his clerk, who, in a dismal little cell beyond, was copying letters. Through the open door suddenly appeared a visitor, one of the few human visitors in this story.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas is a humbug, Uncle. I hope that's meant as a joke.
Well, it's not. Now, what is it you want? Don't waste all day, niece.
I only want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Uncle. Don't be cross.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools? Merry Christmas. Out with Merry Christmas. What's Christmas to you but a time for paying bills without money, a time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer, for spending time with people you spent the last 364 days trying to avoid? If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with a Merry Christmas on his lips would be basted in goose fat and roasted like a potato, or forced to drink Bacardi, or even Advocaat.
Uncle, there's no need for that. Anyway, it's lovely in a snowball.
My dear niece, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
But you don't keep it.
Well, leave it alone then. Much good it may do you, much good it has ever done you.
There are many things from which I have found enjoyment but have not profited. I dare say Christmas among them. And though it has never put a scrap of gold in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and it will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Double humbug.
Oh, don't be angry with me, Uncle. Come dine with me tomorrow.
I shall. I shall dine alone, thank you. I enjoy being left alone. It is my love language.
But why?
Why, my dear girl, did you ever get married?
Why? Because I fell in love with a wonderful man.
And I fell in love with the wonderful being alone. Good day to you.
Uncle, You never came to visit me before I was married, so why use it as a reason not to come and see me now?
Because of reasons. Fare thee well.
I am sorry with all my heart to find you so determined, but I have made the attempt to honour Christmas, and I'll keep that good spirit to the last. So, a Merry Christmas to you, Uncle, and a Happy New Year.
How anchor after you.
And God be with you.
I don't believe in God.
But that's what goodbye means. God be with you. What else should I say as I leave? Remember, when you die, nothing happens.
That sounds perfect. Now, get out. Cratchit! Cratchit!
Yes.
The doorbell, fool. See to it. Merry Christmas. Wolves howling, pandemic spreading, but Merry Christmas all the same. Preposterous.
It's for you, sir.
Well, of course it's for me. Nobody knows who you are. Show them in. Sorry, I pressed something on the keyboard. Ready? Of course it's for me. Nobody knows who you are. Show them in. Show them in.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have we the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Marley's dead. 7 years this very night. And if you're here for his birthday party, it's been cancelled.
My condolences, sir. Still, I have no doubt that his kindness is well represented by his surviving partner. Here, sir, our card.
Kindness? No doubt of it. All right. All right, I can read. Now, what is it you want?
At this festive season of the year,
Festive. Have you tried to sit on a cold toilet seat in December? Nothing festive about that, I can assure you.
Yes, and more the reason for our visit. At this time of year, it is more than usually desirable to make some slight provision for the poor and penniless, who suffer greatly from the cold. Many thousands are in want of common necessities. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Well, are there no prisons?
many, sir.
And the workhouse? Is it still in operation?
It is. Still, I wish I could say that it were not.
And the police are not on furlough?
No, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. For what you said, I was afraid society had come to a grinding halt. But it seems that things are under control.
Hardly, sir. Given that the basic resources barely provide Christian cheer of mind or body to many people, a few of us are hoping to raise funds to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We chose this time because it is the time of all others when lack is strongly felt and abundance rejoices. May I put you down for something, sir?
You may put me down for nothing, and I think I'm being generous at that.
Ah, you wish to be anonymous.
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, sir, that is my answer. I do not make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make lazy people merry either. I help support the establishment, as I've mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are poor must go there.
But many can't go there, sir, and many would rather die.
They'd better do it and decrease the surplus population. That is not my affair. My business is my business, and it occupies me constantly. Ask a man to give up life means fine thing. What is it, I want to know? Charity. Blasted charity.
We shall excuse ourselves. God bless you, sir.
When you die, nothing happens. Latch the door, Cratchit, firmly. Try and keep all that Christmas warmth outside and get back to work. Charity. Ha!
It's Christmas Eve, sir.
Is it?
Indeed, sir.
You'll want all day off tomorrow, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
Well, it's not convenient and it's not fair. You expect me to pay a day's wages for a day of no work?
It's only once a year, sir.
Or be here all the earlier the next morning, or you'll know why it's called Boxing Day.
I will, sir.
Then be off with you.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, sir.
Ah, bah humbug. Christmas Eve. Carolers. Where's the carolers?
All is calm, all is bright.
Just another day trying to stave off death is all I can say.
Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight. Glory stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, loves your light. Radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming
Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all the newspapers and beguiled the rest of the evening with his banker's book, went home to bed. They were a gloomy suite of rooms in a dank yard up an alley where it had so little business to be that one was forced to assume it must have run there when it was a young house playing at hide and seek with other houses and just forgotten the way out again. It was old enough now, though, and dreary, and nobody lived in it but Scrooge. The fog and frost so hung about the black old gateway of the house that it seemed as if the weather itself felt reluctant to cross the threshold.
Oh, out of the way of those blessed revellers. Christmas carols. I don't know any carols. I know more than enough Karens, though.
Come on.
Merry Christmas, Scrooge.
Who said that?
Just some sort of
Silly old fool.
background.
You live alone. Don your nightcap and get into bed. Oh,
Skylight has nothing to do with Victorian England.
oh, better put some extra coals on, just in case Father Christmas wages to come down my chimney. Not without a sin's bottom, you won't, St. Nick.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Hey, what? What is that jangling sound? Who? Oh, pickle my parsnips. I must be going mad. Come on, into bed, Scrooge.
Greetings, old friend.
Who said that? Samantha? Hang on. I don't know a Samantha.
But you do know I.
Oh, I see you. What do you want with me?
I want much from you and much for you.
Who are you?
It is not who I am, but who I was that should concern you.
Well, who are you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
He's dead.
7 years this night, Ebenezer. 2,555 days.
Oh, happy anniversary. Why do you come here?
I must. I am commanded. I must wander the world and see what I can no longer share, what I would not share when I walked where you do.
And the chain?
The chain? Look at it, Ebenezer. Study it. Locks and bolts and golden coins. I forged it, each link, each day when I sat in these chairs, commanded these rooms. Breathe, Ebenezer Scrooge, wealth. Feel them, know them. The chain you are forging was as heavy as this 7 years ago, and you have laboured to fashion it since.
If you're here to lecture, I have no time for it. It is late. The night is dark.
And full of terrors, yes.
I want comfort now.
I have none to give. I know not how it is that you see me this night. I have sat invisible beside you many a day, watching over you while you sleep, occasionally rearranging your sock drawer. Yet I am commanded to bring you a chance, Ebenezer. Heed it. For the sake of comfort, heed it well.
Quickly then, quickly.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits, different persons with a single aim.
Spirits mean nothing to me. I'm
They
not
shall
afraid
visit
of no ghost.
They shall visit you here at your home.
Well, I'm not at home to visitors. If I don't answer, even to Amazon. Will they leave a note for me and collect it at the post office?
The first spirit will come tonight when the bell tolls midnight. The second will come on the next night at the same time, and the third shall come on the night after that, on the last stroke of 12. And now I must go. My wife has not reported my death to the Inland Revenue and has been taking my pension for the last 7 years. Heed it well, Ebenezer.
Jacob, don't leave me. Jacob! Jacob!
Goodbye, Ebenezer.
Oh, oh. Eight, 9, 8, 10, 11. It can't be 12. 12 midnight. No, not 12. It can't be. The first spirit's to come at midnight.
All of a sudden, the curtains of Scrooge's bed were pulled aside by a pale, translucent hand. Sitting up into a half-recumbent attitude, he found himself face to face with the ghostly visitor who drew them.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am. I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Your past, other people's future. It's complicated.
Why are you here?
For your benefit. Come, rise, walk with me.
I am mortal still. I cannot pass through the air.
Take my hand.
I do not want to touch you.
A time will come when distancing yourself from others socially shall be a legal requirement, but that is not for us to worry about tonight. Come, take my hand. Your head is in a spin. Feet don't touch the ground. Now, tell me what you see.
I'm back in my old school. It's Christmas time. All the children are going home except for one. There, sitting on the step, reading a book.
Which one? I wonder.
My favourite book, but such a sad story of one man trapped alone on an island.
Goodness, but I'm much changed since childhood. I seem almost unrecognisable. But I remember Robinson Crusoe and the parrot.
Yes, the parrot. I love him best. And Robinson Crusoe sailed around the island and he thought he'd escaped, but the parrot said,
Crusoe, where you been? Robinson Crusoe, where you been?
Robinson Crusoe looked up into the tree and he saw the parrot and knew he hadn't escaped and he was still there, still all alone. Still all alone, poor Robinson Crusoe.
Poor Robinson Crusoe. Poor child. You poor child.
Why poor?
Reading. Fanciful nonsense. It's his way, a child's way, to lose being alone in. But he'll be all right. Grow out of it. Yes, he did grow out. The nonsense. Became a man and left there and he became successful, rich, no matter.
Millie! Dear Millie, it's my sister!
Yes, I will.
That is not your path, Scrooge. We have more to see elsewhere.
Oh, let me watch them go. Let them be happy for a moment. A delicate child. A breath might have withered her.
Yet she dies a woman, and had, as I remember, children.
One child, my niece, Frederica.
Your niece.
What's that music next? Right. What's that music? What's that music? Where are we? Oh, I've no time for its spirit. Music and all your Christmas nonsense. Yes, I've learnt what you have to show me. Fezziwig! It's my old Fezziwig that I apprentice under. And I'm at his shindig.
Your master.
Oh, yes. And the best any boy could have. I never really understood a word he said. He came from Chesterfield.
Mr. Fezziwig, sir, you're a wonderful master.
So, young Scrooge. Now get me an ale, 'cause I'm busting for a drink.
Yes, a wonderful master.
Just because he gave you a party. It was very small.
Oh.
He spent a few pounds of your mortal money, 3, 4 at most. No proper food, just soup, which no being natural or supernatural enjoys. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
But it wasn't the money. He had the power to make us happy, to make our service light or burdensome. Happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune. That's what a good master is.
You wish to change something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all.
But this is all in your past. Your clerk Cratchit couldn't be here.
Hey, fancy some carrot and coriander, me old Scrooge? So it's still here, this carrot and coriander, if you want it.
call me old-fashioned, but I'd rather not.
Hey, call me old-fashioned. But I've just run over a chimney sweep with my penny farthing.
Are we quite done here?
Nearly.
Surely it's enough. Haven't you tormented me enough?
I only show you the past, what it promised you. Look, another memory, another promise, one final memory.
Can you love me, Ebenezer? I bring no dowry into my marriage. Only me. Only love. It is not a currency you can use to buy and to sell with. But we can live with it. Can you? Very well then. Here's your ring. Please take it. I release you, Ebenezer, for the love of the man you once were. May you be happy in the life you have chosen. Goodbye.
You should not have left me and let me go. I was young. Come back. It was not meant to end this way.
You can change now what you would not change then. I am your mistakes, Ebenezer. All of the things you could have done and did not.
Then leave me. I'm done with them. I shall live with them, as I have, as I do, as I will.
There is another Christmas, 7 years ago, when Marley died.
No, I will not see it. I will not. He dies. I could not prevent it. I did not choose for him to die on Christmas Day.
And when his day was chosen, what did you do then?
I looked after his affairs.
His business.
Yes, his business. Mine. It was all I had. All that I could do in the world. I have nothing to do with the world to come after.
This is not for you to decide. Nevertheless, here I will leave you. Ta-ta for now.
Not yet. Don't leave me here. Tell me what I must do. What of the other spirits?
They will come.
And you, what of you?
I am always with you. Remember, I am your mistakes.
There will now be a short intermission. If you make your way to the lobby, you will find absolutely no refreshments because this is done over Zoom. We will see you in no more than 10 minutes. Awaking in the middle of a prodigiously tough snore at 1 in the morning, Ebenezer Scrooge, having maintained by his own high standards an admirable compos mentis during his first spiritual encounter, now considered himself ready to face the darkness with an iron resolve. However, 'twas not darkness, but rather light, which burst upon his bed as the clock struck the hour. The source of this eerie glow appeared to be the adjoining room, and this idea taking full possession of his mind, stumbling from his bed, Scrooge took tentative steps towards the light and towards the ominous sound of chuckling.
What is that light? And that laughter?
Come in, Doc! Get to know me better.
Do I know you?
Mr. Scrooge, you have never seen the likes of me before. I'm the ghost of Christmas presents.
I don't understand.
You shall see what you shall see, Scrooge, no more. Will you walk with me this Christmas Eve?
But I'm not yet dressed.
Fear not, hold my ribbon, my bow, darling. Dear, don't worry, we're leaving. You may experience a bit of a zoom.
Oh, wait.
Well, what is it now?
Christmas present, did you say?
I did.
Then we are travelling here, in London, down there, just down there.
Yes, of course.
Then could we not walk? Your flying is, well, too sudden for an old man. I'm not really keen on the Zoom thing either.
It is your Christmas, Scrooge. I am only here to guide you. Yes, we may walk. Nobody really likes a Zoom anyway, I found.
Where are you guiding me to?
Bob Cratchit's. You did want to talk to him, did you not? Don't worry, Scrooge, you don't have to.
Shouldn't be much of a trip. Upon 15 bob a week, how far can it be?
A world away from you, Scrooge. Follow the sound of sad singing. That is the way to it, Scrooge.
When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and greys, all the pretty little horses. To sleep now, all of you. Christmas tomorrow. How did our little Tiny Tim behave?
As good as gold and better, he told me, coming home. But he hoped for people saw him in the church, because he was lame, and it might be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made the lame to walk and the blind to see.
He's a good boy.
Oh, it's cold in here, not very hospitable.
You're here to listen.
My dear, to Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear, it's Christmas Eve.
It should be Christmas Eve, I'm sure, when one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you poor dear.
I only know one thing on Christmas, but one must be charitable.
I'll drink to his health for your sake, not for his. Long life to him, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt, and I hope a robin pecks his nose off.
If he cannot be happy, we must be happy for him. A song is what's needed. Tim?
Yes, Father?
Shh! I've just gotten him down and he needs all the sleep he can get.
If he's asleep on Christmas Eve, I'll be much mistaken. Tim, you must sing, dear. There is nothing else that might make him well.
Present and correct, Father.
A song.
Would you sing for us, Father? You sing such wonderful heavenly songs.
There's no accounting for taste, but yes, you sing to him, Bob.
Very well then. Is this a real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a trance, I no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows, does it really matter to me? To me.
Spirit, please, I've seen enough.
Well, I quite understand.
It's fatal.
The singing? No.
No, Tiny Tim, his illness. Will he live?
He is very ill. Even song cannot keep him whole through a cold winter.
You haven't told me. Will the boy live or die?
If he is likely to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Isn't that what you said? Erase the words of those thoughts, Scrooge. You are not the judge. You do not judge them. It may be that in the sight of heaven you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like the poor man's child.
But is there no happiness in Christmas present?
There is.
Take me there.
It is at the home of your niece.
No.
Then there is none.
That isn't enough. None isn't enough. You must teach me.
Would you have a teacher, Scrooge? Look at your own words.
But the first spirit gave me much more.
She was Christmas past. There was a lifetime she could choose from. I have only this day, one day, and you, Scrooge, I have nearly lived my full of both. Christmas present must be gone by dawn, and that is nearly now.
I see hungry street urchins approaching. Are they the last spirit who is to come to me?
They are no spirit. They are real. Hunger, ignorance, the last, the lost, the least. Not spirits, Scrooge. They walk your streets and look to you for comfort, and yet you deny them.
Have they no place to go? No resource for help?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Stop using my words against me.
The bell struck once again. Scrooge looked about him for the ghost, but saw it not. As the last clang ceased to vibrate, he remembered the prediction of old Jacob Marley, and lifting up his eyes, he beheld a solemn phantom, draped and hooded, coming like a mist along the ground towards him.
You are the third spirit, the ghost of Christmas present yet to come. Speak to me. Tell me what is to happen. To me, to all of us, or else show me what I must see.
The phantom slowly, gravely, silently approached. In the very air through which the spirit moved, it seemed to scatter gloom and mystery. A deep black garment shrouded and concealed its head, its face, its form, and left nothing of it visible, save for one outstretched hand. Tall and stately, its mysterious presence filled Scrooge with a solemn dread. He knew nothing more, for the spirit neither spoke nor moved, but the spirit nodded ominously and pointed his long, claw-like hand. Light illuminated the shadows of Scrooge's house.
I know it. I know it too well. Cold and cheerless. It is mine. What is this? There are thieves. There are thieves in my rooms. You cannot tell me I must watch them and do nothing. I will not. It is mine still.
Poor old Scrooge isn't at his end.
And time for it too, me duck. He ain't been alive for half his life.
Hardly decent is what I'd say. Hardly decent. Poor old fella, barely cold. And the thief in his wardrobe.
I always had a fancy for that nightcap of his. Me husband could use it.
Here, do you think that little bell is always ringing at me? Do you think it's silver enough to sell?
Take what they can and let's be off, Ducky. I ain't been round death.
Oh, no more, no more. I cannot. The room is too like a cheerless place that is familiar. I won't see it. Now let's go from here, anywhere.
The grim expression on the spirit's faceless visage suggests a simple, "Very well then." And suddenly the scene shifts to the house of the Cratchits.
And he took a child and set him in the midst of them. A lovely verse, Mother.
The light tires my eyes so. It makes them tired trying to see by firelight, and I wouldn't show reddened eyes to your father for the world when he comes home. It must be near his time now.
Past it, I think. But he works slower than he used to these last few days.
I've known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed. But he was very light to carry, and his father loved him, so it was no trouble, no trouble. He is here.
Good evening, Father. Welcome home.
Good evening, family. My dear family.
Did you seek out the burial plot for?
Yes, it's already 2 o'clock on Sunday, and a nice place. It would do you good to see how clean it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him that I would get there on Sunday as often as I can.
We mustn't hurt ourselves for it, Robert.
No, you wanted that. Come down. You wouldn't guess what I've seen. Scrooge's niece, Frederica. She asked afterwards. She said she was heartily sorry. With respect to my good wife. How she never knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why? That you were a good wife.
I think that everyone should know that.
I hope that they do. Heartily sorry, she said. For your good wife, if I can be of service to you in any way, and she takes this card as a fine lady, she's a kind woman to share in our.
He died? No. He cannot have died. You cannot tell me he has died. For that Christmas does not yet come. I will not let it come. I will be there. It was my fault. It was my fault. Spirit, hear me. I'm not the man I was. I will not be that man that I've been for so many years. Why show me all this now? If I am past hope, assure me that I may yet change these shadows you have shown me. Let the boy live. I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year, the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons they teach, or tell me that I'm not too late. Tell me that I'm not too late.
Scrooge found himself helpless on his back, a dim light growing on the edge of his vision.
Wait! I'm in bed. The curtains, they are mine, and they are real. They've not been stolen. They are here. I'm here. The shadows to come may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will be. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy. Oh, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all the world. Hey, you! Down there! Boy! What day of the month is it? What is the day, my fine fellow?
Today is Christmas Day.
I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like, I suppose. Of course they can. They can save Tim. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
No, not you.
Me, sir? Hello, sir.
Do you know the Poulters in the next street at the corner?
I should hope I do.
Oh, an intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize, but the big one.
What, that one as big as me?
What a delightful boy. Yes, my lad.
Oh, it's hanging there now.
Yes. Go and buy it.
Oh, go on, you're joshing me.
I'm in earnest. Go and buy it and tell them to bring it here, that I may tell them where to take it. Come back with the butcher and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 2 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Right, oh, Governor.
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim, and such a Christmas dinner it will make. Oh.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our Heavenly Father a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Fear not, then said the angel, let nothing you affright. This day is born a Saviour over your virgin bright, to free all those who trust in him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all others doth deface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
It's Christmas Day. I have my best hat on. Now then. Boy?
I have returned, sir.
Oh, what? Back already? And such a turkey. Why, you can't carry all that way to the Cratchits. Here, boy, here is your half crown. And here, address in Camden Town. See that it gets there. And oh, money for a hansom cab too. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Butcher, payment for your turkey. Keep the change. Why, and here are the fine gentlemen visitors from yesterday. Hello, my good fellows.
Hello, sir.
My dear sirs, how do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you to stop by to see me.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon, and you will have the goodness to add this to your purse and to your good work.
Lord bless me, my dear Scrooge. Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
Yes, if you please, and not a penny less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you. Will you do me that favour?
My dear sir, I don't know what I can say to such generosity.
Say nothing. Keep your mouth closed and accept it. I'm obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. God bless you and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Merry
to you,
Christmas
sir.
to you, sir.
Coachman?
Top of the morning, sir.
Oh, can you take me to this home in Westminster?
Sure can, sir.
Good man. Would you be an old man's guide to a Christmas dinner?
To be sure, sir. And God bless you, sir. Hold tight. Off we go. There's light and life in the old man yet.
Yes, there certainly is. Driver, to Christmas.
London town they dashed, thick flakes of snow pattering the top of the horse-drawn carriage, Scrooge singing all the way, until at last they arrived at the house of his dear niece, Frederica.
Well, I'm very glad to be here, at my niece's house. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Uncle? Is that really you?
'Tis I, Frederica, your uncle, Ebenezer Scrooge. I've come for dinner. Will you have me, Frederica?
My dear uncle, of course. You are so welcome. I really hope you like pigs in blankets.
Oh, I can't stand them. Oh, dash it. Give me a dozen. What is Christmas all about, eh? Merry Christmas, one and all.
And I think it's there that we shall leave Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. I can tell you, indeed, I am happy to, that he was even better than his word. His life changed beyond all recognition, and to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was like a second father. Indeed, he became as good a friend, as good a master, as good a man as the good old city had ever seen, or any other good old city for that matter. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them. For he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened for good on this globe at which some people would not have their fill of scorn and mockery. But his own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. Thank you very much. He had no further contact with the messenger spirits, but at the end of his life, he met their master, the Great Spirit, the ultimate source of light and justice and joy, the only being able to cause the chains we forge for ourselves in life to fall off and then to stay off. And it was ever said of Ebenezer Scrooge that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. Let that be said of us, all of us, this Christmas.
God bless us, everyone.
Hooray! Yay! Very good.
More?
More.
I thought everyone did brilliantly, didn't they? Let's give them a proper cheer. Come on.
Yay! Yay!
Well done.